What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BTR Beyond the Ropes. My name is Retro Relapse, aka Fernando, and with me, as always, is the man on the ones and twos, my tag team partner, my BFF, Randizzle, aka Randy. What it do, Randy, on a top rope Tuesday?
What is going on, man? Another exciting week of wrestling. We got some debuts, we got some title changes. There's a lot of things going on in wrestling. 2026 has been shaping up to, change up some things a little bit, and it's starting with AEW at the end of the year, and then definitely going right into WWE for the beginning of the year. So titles are changing. There are new title champion holders. So, I mean, there's a lot of wrestling to talk about, and there's only more to look forward to in the horizon. But I know today we're going to talk a little bit about something. What is that topic today, sir?
Does it matter what the topic is? Because before we start, like always, please be sure to hit us up on the socials. Find us on all the platforms: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok one day, who knows? Uh
One day. One day.
YouTube, Twitch, find us, hit that like and subscribe button, hit uh whatever you want. Type in some stuff, tell us off, applaud us, hit a like, hit a down, hit a thumbs down, but follow us, man. We want to talk wrestling with you. It's 2026, it's a new year, new stories, new violence, but we definitely want to make sure that you get some of that news from us as well. So definitely follow us, reach out. Let's have some fun talking about this stuff. And again, before we start, it is 2026. And what does that mean? We don't know. And that's the awesome part.
We
We don't
don't
know
know.
what's going to happen. And I have no idea where I'm going with this. And that's why I said it. Because it's 2026 and we don't know. Because honestly, WWE doesn't know where the fuck they're going. If we're
No,
gonna jump right into it, this is how we jump right into it. WWE does not know where the fuck they're going.
they don't. They don't. There's a lot of things going on. We're 6 days in 2026. We're only 6 days in, and like I said earlier, like it's just a lot of things are changing, and I we can speculate wildly and pretend that we have an idea, but shit is fucking changing consistently, and it almost
People
seems
are
like there's no
getting hurt.
playbook.
People are coming back from being hurt.
Yeah,
They don't know where to fit people into whatever's going on currently. I didn't know that Stephanie Vaquero was hurt.
yeah, her legs all fucked up.
Yeah, she came out on Monday Night Raw wearing the boot, wearing the boot, but she did not have a cast on, so that's a good thing.
We just got fucking Liv Morgan back from an injury, and now your champ, the current Raw champ, women's champ, is I don't know if she's gonna be out. Are they gonna make her drop that belt? Is it something where she can hold on to it and recover in a couple of weeks and just do promos and shit? I don't know. Like that's where we're at. We're exactly what you said. I don't know, and I'm pretty excited about it because it's wrestling. That's the beauty of it. You're not supposed to know. They're taking away kayfabe went away 2025 and a little bit before that, and now it's still a little away, but the dirt sheets don't know what to report because people are getting hurt, people are coming back. There's new debuts, new champions. I,
Hmm.
I don't know where they're going with this, and we can only speculate what the hell's going on. So
So new champions. Talk to me about new champions. Who on SmackDown, since SmackDown started off the new year, is the champ right now?
I was surprised that Chelsea Green lost her women's U.S. Championship belt to Julia, and she had just regained it from her a couple of weeks ago. And I thought that was the smartest move because name a fucking Julia match since she when she was a champion. You probably can't because there was nothing even worth it, or she didn't even defend it, or it wasn't even on TV or any paper or PLEs.
I can name one. The one that she's not on.
There you go. There you go. And I was surprised. I thought it was a smart move to give it to Chelsea Green because she's entertaining. She has, even though she's a heel, she's a chicken shit heel, so people love her. It's a funny gimmick of the secret Hervis and the fucking the little president, and she's currently still one half of the mix what is it, the intergender
Triple A mixed tag team champ.
tag champion. So with Ethan Page, so I was surprised I took that off for her, but I think, and this is a speculation, I think they took it off of her because they have bigger plans. Because the current champ the current women's champ of SmackDown is Jade Cargill, and she's not doing shit. She needs
Yep.
something. She needs something. She's as a champion is not good. Maybe her chasing might be more ideal for her, and a good person to chase is someone who has backup with what's that girl's name? Alba Fire. Still has Alba Fire.
Hmm.
So having someone to go against that has backup with Ethan Page and Alba Fire could reignite that. But I don't know about this
We're
Julia
not
run.
wrong about the speculation because there have been rumbles in the dirt sheets about people saying that Chelsea Green should be getting a big card push. You're not wrong about Jade being a chicken shit because all she's done is promos or being on screen and saying that she's that bitch. But she has injured two stars already. And those two stars are, and they're not big stars, but nonetheless, they're injured. BFAB and Michin. Now, we don't know if BFAB and Michin are doing that as storyline to have some time off for the holiday, but they happen during house shows. And those
Those probably aren't
injuries
storylines.
seem to be pretty legit.
Oh, I
So,
believe Michin has a shoulder injury and BFAP is on concussion protocol right now.
mm, yep.
So that does
So
that tell you that
that's two
J-
less women you'll see on SmackDown, and now we have a 3-hour show. So how do you feel it?
you're gonna start bringing out reserves? You're gonna start maybe moving people up just like at one-offs. Who
Well,
knows?
well, speaking in that terminology, if you will, you said bringing the reserves in. Jordan Grace was spotted on SmackDown talking to Nick Aldis, so she got a good look, taking her glasses off, looking at Jade Cargill. She's like, "Yeah, you are what you say you are," and walking off. So there's some of the reserves right there because there are new and up and coming stars they are starting to push on the brands, and I'm talking both brands.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about surprise, they announced that Javon Evans is signed to SmackDown, and Trick Williams also came out. So like,
And he looks like he's going to be signed to SmackDown as well.
yeah, and they're bringing him up. And they made debuts. Like he interrupted Sami Zayn's promo.
Hmm.
So I mean, there's people coming up, and it's kind of ideal right now because people are getting hurt. You finally got rid of this damn, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. You finally, hopefully, got the ending to this Damian Priest versus Aleister Black thing. It's time to fucking move on, change directions, and figure out something new for them, or put them to fucking together. Like just either one or the other. And it's only, I mean, again, it's just we will
We
see.
got the ambulance match that was supposed to be the end. Damian Priest defeated Aleister Black, threw him in the ambulance, all that good stuff. But is that really the end? Are they going to take a little break between now and um, Royal Rumble, and then we're going to see both of them Royal Rumble going at each other again? Are they going to continue it?
Again, you never know because Rhea Ripley helped Damian Priest by taking out Zelina Vega. And obviously, Aleister Black still has Zelina Vega, so I don't foresee this being over. I feel, but it's hard because Rhea Ripley is on Raw and she just won the title, a tag team
Well, that
title.
means he would need a new person to help him out. And one person they've tied Damian Priest in with is Lola Vice. And if Lola Vice is going to get the move up from NXT, we haven't seen nothing yet, but it's speculation. If Lola Vice gets to push up, there's a good chance that she should help or would be able to help out Damian Priest.
Yeah,
Doesn't fit the mold of what Damian Priest is with the dark and, you know,
broody.
Boricua, but them both being of Latin descent. I mean, that's, yeah,
That's your tie-in. That's your tie-in right there.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. Not only did we talk about titles changing on SmackDown, you got the debut of not Zack Ryder but Matt Cardona.
So that's not a title change. That's a name change.
I said debut, not of Zack Ryder, of Matt Cardona. A
But we
debut.
got a name change, which is awesome because Matt Cardona has been trying to push his real name ever since he tried to come back and everybody clamored for it. Triple H heard it and he gave it to him. He
Which is
is signed to WWE as Matt Cardona.
that's pretty cool to
Always ready.
bust your ass on the Indies for 5 years, after being Zack Ryder for I believe 14 or 15 years.
Hmm.
Make a name for yourself, completely separate yourself from what you used to be, and be the indie god, the deathmatch king, all those cool monikers that he came up with, and now he made his way back to WWE where he wanted to be with his wife on SmackDown. So
There
maybe
was
they
a
took off
post.
maybe they took off the belt for Chelsea because they're gonna do a little. Maybe they're making a mixed match or mixed tag championship for WWE. I don't know. This is just random, right? Because
I saw
he
a post that Matt Cardona had put out there, and he's sitting there drinking a Pabst Blue Ribbon. He's all sweated up, bloodied up, and he's holding on to the GCW title. And in the caption, he said that he signed his WWE contract still holding on that GCW World Heavyweight Championship, which he's going to have to relinquish, obviously, because he's no longer going to be a part of that. And he said if it wasn't for GCW, there would be no Matt Cardona. If it wasn't for GCW, there would not be uh, the indie god, and there wouldn't be a man ready to be there to want and fight and push and shove to go back to WWE. So he thanks the hell out of GCW for giving him that moment because he cried and he hated it when he was let go as Zack Ryder. He was head over heels because he got himself over all the stuff he did on YouTube on his own before now everyone's doing it. He was a man, and that IC title win was because of the fans. Even though it was what a day or two that he held the belt, it was still a WrestleMania moment because of the fans. But now all the stuff that he's worked hard for on the Indies, doing it well, he's back where he belongs, back at home, WWE, and hopefully we'll see some good stuff out of him this coming year.
I agree. I think you can go two ways with him because he can be a babyface or you can bring back the aggressiveness that he had in the Indies and maybe be a fucking heel. Who knows? I mean, that's the best part of having a new coming back with a different persona essentially, right? And keeping your real name. So that's pretty cool. I mean, a lot of things going on.
So now in lieu of speaking of actually titles changing, the WWE United States Open Challenge Championship happened between. Oh,
Ilya.
I'm a week late.
Yeah.
I was gonna say who was it? Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov, but now Carmelo Hayes is the United States champion. But he did fight Johnny Gargano, and that was a hell of a match. That was a banger of a match.
Hell yeah. And
But it title did not change hands. Carmelo is still the champ.
and speaking of
Melo don't
that,
miss.
you talk Melo don't miss. Talking about Gargano, his partner Tommaso Ciampa might not be re-signing with WWE. I believe his contract's up soon. They were saying on the sheets like they don't know if he's leaving to go to greener pastures, and maybe that's easy. Maybe that's AEW. Maybe that's the Indies. Maybe that's TNA. Who knows? With a different work schedule, or is he just taking time off to recuperate because he did have neck surgery prior to coming
Mhm.
back? So I'm interested to see what happens with him. I mean, granted, they were kind of floundering in the tag team
DIY.
division. Yeah,
Hmm.
the division,
But you have to think about why they were floundering. There was too many tag teams. It's too saturated.
which is weird to say, right? Because it like the tag team,
Yes, because there's not enough. You have
no,
yes,
no.
it's a fucking oxymoron to say a fucking double entendre because what is it? You have at least 6 or 7 tag teams that have been going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now one tag team has a title and they're all gone. Because when was the last time you saw Motor City Machine Guns fight? I have not seen them at all.
Have you seen Street Profits fight?
Street Profits. It's been weeks. Who else? Who else is missing?
Pretty deadly. I know one Alton
Oh
Prince is out. He's
yeah,
out. The War Raiders.
War Raiders of Raw.
Oh, okay. The what is it? Not I was gonna say Unico, but isn't Angel Garcia and
And Umberto.
Umberto like
Yep,
where have they been?
they're also SmackDown too. Hmm.
Have you seen them?
No, no. They had a big focus on tag team wrestling, and there was like all these things. Like every week, they couldn't put every tag team on there, so they're fighting. They're fighting. Who's next? Who's next? Who's gonna happen? And then now you don't see nobody. It's like they all went to catering.
Yeah, you still have the MFTs, and the only thing I see with them is them talking to Wyatt Six, talking
Well,
that
because
shit.
they're trying
Like,
to take the belts off of Wyatt Six because they got him, but it also looks like they're trying. Who is it? Tamatanga and Shinsuke Nakamura had some words on SmackDown in Japanese, and their solo. What was that all about? It's like, oh, just some old stuff. Don't worry about it.
which is
Who knows?
a nice a weird and maybe nice nod to their time in New Japan, right? And which is weird because WWE does a whole lot of trying to kind of bury that kind of past with New
Hmm.
Japan because New Japan has that business relationship with AEW.
Yep.
So interesting to see.
But that also looks like it's starting to fade away as well.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
wrestling is fickle, right? It's not what have you done, it's what have you done for me lately.
Hmm. Oh wait, you're
So
getting more attention than us. Oh, I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't think we can be friends because you get more attention to me.
yeah, I'm gonna touch a little bit on AEW. So much so that at Wrestle Kingdom they took the belt off of Takeshita,
Hmm.
right? I never saw him defend. He never defended it on AEW or New Japan. He made an appearance and he held the belt on national television in AEW, but they never let him defend it, and then they took it off of him for that New Japan Rising Star. I don't know his name, forgive
Yeah,
me, but they took it off of him. He never defended it. So it's a lot of, I don't know what you've done or what you've done for me lately. So I'm just curious to see how all that plays out because WWE's partnership with TNA, what happens when they finally go live on AMC in 10 days on the 16th?
hmm
Does that partnership continue? Does TKO and WWE, are they allowed on that network with TNA? I don't know. I do know that Joe Hendry's who is a new WWE superstar, gonna make a TNA appearance, but I believe it's before that AMC debut. So there's a lot of stuff circulating around, and like you said, we just don't know. I don't know. I can't even pretend to know. I
I'm
can
gonna
all.
murder this,
What?
but Yoda Suji is your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion and Global Heavyweight Champion. It was winner take all. Both championship belts were on the line. He did fight Konosuke Takeshita, and Takeshita did lose. And now Yoda Suji is now unified champion, or I don't know, two belts Yoda, Yoda. I don't know, two belts Suji. Yeah,
Two belts.
but yeah.
There you go.
Hmm. So he's got both the heavyweight, and I guess they didn't like that winged title, the one that Takesha had, that they brought back the version 4 of that title. So it's like a
Yeah,
bigger,
I
little
did see
bigger
that.
round one.
I did see that change on that title. I like the older title better, so I didn't like that winged weird one. It looked a little.
Mhm.
It definitely
Yeah,
looked
butterfly.
indie-ish. It looked like indie-ish when on a
It's
major company
kind
like New Japan.
of like the Divas title,
There you go.
just whiter,
Just whiter, right? Yeah,
whiter. Yeah.
and yellower.
And then you also had Hiroshi Tanahashi's retirement match, and he faced Kazuchika Okada. And in true wrestling old school style, Okada won, beating Tanahashi, beating the Ace, and retiring him. And a bunch of people did come out to pay their respects to Tanahashi because he's done it for, I don't know, 25 plus years, just like
25 years,
Cena.
yeah.
So uh, it was nice to see. Who is it? Who's the one in Ops?
Switchblade. Oh,
No,
Sheeta.
not Sheeta. That's the
Oh no,
chick.
my bad. No,
Shibata.
Shibata.
Shibata and him locked up one more time in the ring. Like they chopped each other a few times, and then they cried and hugged it out. That was a cool moment. Uh,
I did watch it, and unfortunately, the way it was put online was that WWE didn't allow Shinsuke to go over there and pay his respects. But to his credit, Kenoshi Takeshita wore his armbands during his fight, and during the Aces final fight versus Okada, he did the
yes, when he
he
was
did the
doing the hand
Shinsuke,
movement, when he was doing Shinsuke's
and he
hand
did
movement,
the on
and
a rope.
he pulled back and did the whole just explosion on the rope or whatever he does. Yeah, Tanahashi's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
But
so
stiff,
that was cool.
stiff walker, stiff runner though, dude. You could tell he like he's
It was
busted
time.
his back, his spine, and his hips that he can't fucking run anymore, dude. Like, oh, poor
Yeah,
dude.
and kudos for him for stepping back, and now he's gonna be in the headquarters of New Japan. He's gonna be the president or CEO of the company, which is smart.
CEO.
There you go. Maybe he'll do that.
They're gonna play a Mercedes song for him. He's gonna be
What is
do
that
too much.
movie where that fuck is it Balls of Fury? That little Asian guy is
Yeah, that's it. Balls of Fury.
Balls of Fury,
Yeah.
right? But it was cool to see that homage paid to Nakamura and Takeshita. Obviously, him and Shinsuke being good friends. Because I saw on Takeshita's fucking Instagram story that he met up with Shinsuke in Atlanta,
Hmm.
and then you see him on the pay per view for New Japan, and he's wearing his armbands representing him instead of him, in lieu of Shinsuke being able to go over there. He said when he gave the press conference for New Japan that I'm here to represent others who could not be here. So,
That's what's up.
which is cool. That's a nice. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
that's a
because
nice
him
tribute.
and Finn Balor couldn't be there.
Yeah.
Uh
But
huh. Finn
Will Ospreay was there.
Will Ospreay made
Switchblade
an appearance.
Switchblade
Yep.
Jay White was there.
Oh, I didn't know Switchblade
Kenny
was on there.
Omega,
Yeah, Kenny. Yeah.
Kota Ibushi, even though
Yeah.
he had a broken femur, walked his way down the ramp all fucked up just to pay his respects. So,
Wow.
and then Shibata, obviously you saw talk about Shibata just a second ago. Like there was a lot of people who paid their respects to the ace. So I mean, kudos to a great career and best best wishes on maybe making New Japan great again because it was a hot spot for a long time. And we got AJ, you got Kenny, you got Hangman, you got the Young Bucks. It resurged Cody's career. Like that was a hotbed for a long time for people to kind of reinvent themselves. Hell, even Chris Jericho was over there for a little bit, and Moxley, and Takeshita. Like there's a lot of careers that came out of New Japan, so maybe with him at the helm, he'll kind of help it bring back to the next thing. So
So you bring up Will Ospreay. United Empire did have a match against the Bullet Club War Dogs. One of the new members of United Empire that we all did not know is Andrade El Idolo. So Andrade is now part of United Empire, and they did say when they announced him, or at least something that happened during the show, that he is part of AEW. But what is crazy about all this, United Empire beats the Bullet Club War Dogs. I guess they have some kind of promo later, and now these guys are going under a new moniker or name, uncollated or unaffiliated or some new company, something you like UCO or Unco. So Bullet Club War Dogs are done. So this is the first time in I don't know 15 years or so
13
that the
years,
Bullet Club is now done in New Japan.
which is crazy because that faction pretty much brought you all those stars we just talked about just a second ago.
But then it also tells you that there's no stars to keep the faction alive.
Yeah,
What do? You want to reinvent yourself, and I think that's what they also wanted to do. You can, I mean, okay, pop question. Here's a random fucking question because I know you love this shit. So you see how the Bullet Club lasted this long. Do you How long did the NWO last? Just a
a,
random
a
number.
year and a half.
Could the NWO last 15 years like Bullet Club?
No,
If WCW was still around or it lasted 20 fucking years, could NWO last 15?
no, too much ego.
There you go. So Bullet Club was doing something right for them to do it as long as they did it. I don't know the number, but I know it's up there. So at least for them
13
to be
years.
able to,
13
they
years.
there you go. So they must have been doing something right to sell the merch, to keep the popularity, to put good stars in there, to keep making you stars, and to keep that revolution of things going compared to the implosion of new. You know,
Hey, don't get me wrong. I still love the new world order.
hey, I can't you can't take nothing away from them because if it wasn't for them, the explosion wouldn't have happened this way. You got to think of it like a with Marvel with the Avengers timeline and stuff like that. You know, you have once you start doing offshoot bull stuff and you don't take it straight through. Guess what? If Bullet Club would have happened, if NWO didn't happen, let's be honest.
Yeah, they did it too sweet, just like NWO. That
Yeah,
was her thing. That was her thing. So
there would have been a lot of things that happened. AEW wouldn't happen if WCW and NWO didn't happen. You know, it would
if
be a weird time. I think we would still have Doink the Clown headlining WrestleMania right now.
it definitely is a butterfly effect, right? The wings
Mhm.
of the flaps of a wing of a butterfly. Because if that didn't implode, it wouldn't have created a cool Too Sweet moniker that happened for New Japan. New Japan didn't happen. You don't get Balor being as big as he is. Maybe you don't get a resurgence of AJ Styles after he leaves TNA. You don't get Kenny Omega and the resurge or the revamp of Cody Rhodes' career going over there in New Japan. Maybe and you probably not maybe you will not get AEW if you don't have Tony Khan as the biggest mark for New Japan and Japanese wrestling. I won't say of New Japan alone, but Japanese wrestling, and he doesn't meet the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and Cody Rhodes, and they don't start AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be it's a crazy thing, but that butterfly effect definitely is true. You know, things don't happen. Things happen for other things to happen. That's how it has to be.
Yep.
So pretty cool, pretty
Yep.
cool. I mean, this is the first. This you start the year with a retirement of one of the biggest New Japan stars, and you ended 2025 with one of the retirements of the biggest WWE star in John Cena. So pretty crazy time to be alive in wrestling because you get to see all these changes within multiple companies, not just one or two, multiple companies.
Yep. So, bringing everything current, did you watch the Stranger Things crossover of Monday Night Raw?
I did. I did watch
Okay.
it.
Yes or no? Was the show lackluster to you? Yes
Overall,
or no? Yes or
overall,
no? Yes or no?
overall.
Yes or no?
No, overall as a show.
Yes or no? It's just a yes or no question. Was the show lackluster to you?
Yes,
It was to me as well. Now, was the production value of the show good? Yes or no?
absolutely yes.
Was the show itself good? Yes or no?
I can't. I don't have a real answer for that. It is really down the middle for me, to be honest with you. I can't lean more towards
Were
no or
you
yes.
disappointed in the fact that Chris Jericho did not show up on the Stranger Things Raw yesterday?
Was I disappointed? I wasn't. I wasn't disappointed.
Okay. Um, were you excited that championships changed on this episode?
The matches where those championships changed were boring to me.
So that's a no.
Yeah.
Did we get the 80s theme like they claimed in the beginning of the show?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
So could you say in some form of way that WWE copied AEW's homework where AEW crossed over with DC?
The way it was laid out, yeah. Because I also think that AEW's DC crossover was also lackluster.
Hmm.
I honestly I couldn't tell you how I would have made it better outside of changing maybe some of the match placements to kind of maybe like at least a consistent high rather than like a fucking
Wave.
heart graph like up and down
Hmm.
up and down. I think there could have been some consistency where if it started here, maybe not super low, but in the middle and slowly went up because if you really pull away and look at the matches overall, the best match was the main event because they revolved the whole show around the main event.
Were you upset that none of the cast members of the Stranger Things show were shown on TV? Were not shown on TV.
I was surprised they weren't shown, especially because it's a Netflix thing. I was
Thank you.
definitely surprised.
So enough with the fucking questionnaire. I'm upset. Like this show could have been better, and the set was phenomenal. When you're trying to do eye pleasing aesthetically things around, they had quite a few things that really showed off what they could from the TV show. Great. You had the mines all over the place. You had the van. You had the little cart that looked like the van. You had the Demogorgon in the back, but that was it. Where what more Stranger Things were you gonna do? Like, okay, they turned the camera upside down in the beginning of the show. Cool. Um, but there was no sign of any, and I know those kids are out there doing other promotions for the last season or whatever, but if Raw is pushing it and it's on Netflix, you would think you would have the creator there. You would think you'd have the producers there. You think you'd have at least one or two fucking stars there front row just to wave to the camera holding a belt or something.
I
They
I
didn't do
thought
any of that shit.
I thought even the fucking B characters, the little sister, the mom, somebody
Yeah,
outside of the main cast,
there's
the very
nobody there. Nobody fucking there. The matches, I agree. You could have changed things around to that way. You start the roller coaster slow, and then you fucking move fast, and let's go and let's get it. Because yeah, you're correct. They revolved the show around the heavyweight championship being defended, but they had to because this was the 1 year anniversary that Raw was on Netflix. I think the Stranger Things could have been taken away from it, and it still would have been a good show to watch. It just too much hype on the show, not enough of the show. And then when you got to see what was going on in wrestling, what realistically, how many matches were on yesterday?
five,
Four.
four.
Four. There was a lot of bullshit in between.
How many matches were worth watching?
Two.
Okay, which ones?
The women's championship match and CM Punk versus Braun Breaker.
The women's
Tag team.
ice. I was say IC championship. Okay, yeah.
The women's my apologies. The women's tag team match, tag team championship match, and Punk versus Breaker for the world heavyweight.
Let me ask you one question. Did you think, or have any? I won't say think, because I know you're a super fan. Did you have a feeling that maybe possibly that championship would have switched hands last night?
Yes. Yes. And I was hoping it didn't. And not because I wanted not because of a short reign for CM Punk, but more the fact that it would build up Breaker some more. Have this I forgot what they call it. They do it where uh damn it. There's that damn I can't think of the wrestling word and I just lost it. Uh
Explain it, and maybe
program.
I'll.
Have the program where they're going to be tied into to each other for 3 months, 4 months. Let this continue. It was Braun Breaker's first chance at a World Heavyweight Championship, or maybe second. Who knows? If you do, put it in the comments. I don't know. Fuck. But Braun Breaker versus CM Punk still was a good fucking match. They did give each other the business back and forth. Breaker did take Punk to his limits and then some. Punk was able to come back and do what he had to. Everyone's on in my house was on their seats. If Punk lost, it would have been too fucking early. I think Breaker takes it at Mania.
I
Give him
think
give him a big moment.
I agree with that. I also think that as of late, he's been pretty reckless with his body. He landed on his head almost again.
Dude, when he was doing the Steiner flip, he completely didn't squeeze enough for Punk to react and jump with him, and he landed on his head again.
He landed on his shoulders. So if you slow it down, like he
You
does
saw his
finally
head.
make,
No,
he makes a turn.
his head hits the fucking mat, dude.
No. He does hit his head. I'm not saying he doesn't hit his head, but like it could have been so much worse because when he did the full rotation, if this is the ground and he did the full rotation, his head was like this, and then he went and it kind of got like the side of his head and all of his shoulders. Again, lucky for these wrestling superstars that they fucking work out and they have a lot of muscle because this
Because it's
happened. Yeah, this happened at fucking War Games where he landed
mm-hmm,
on his neck
mm-hmm.
or his top of his head, even worse. And I thought he spiked himself, but he also did that fucking. That was later in the match, but he also did that jump onto the announce table
Yes.
and he fucking overshot it. I thought he fucking broke his ankle because his legs hit that fucking that barrier hard as
Mm-hmm.
shit. And I was like, I thought he was gonna come out limping. I mean, granted, there's a lot of adrenaline going.
A lot of adrenaline.
It is his first championship opportunity, so I can see the adrenaline pumping and him like going. But I'm almost surprised and maybe I'm not gonna be surprised in a couple of days, but I'm almost thinking he might have a boot just like Stephanie Vaquer. He might have a boot because he smashed the fuck out of his that.
A boot or a neck brace.
Well, maybe both. Maybe he looks like Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
when he did the trick, when he did the
Yeah.
trick. So I don't
Yeah.
know, like, and you're right. I think although I would like to have seen a title change just because there's been like a shakeup. It would have been too soon. One, and I think if had he won, then the Vision would have a true clear cut leader. And I don't think the Vision needs that right now. If you're trying to
Mm-mm.
build up all, you're trying to bring up Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and now Austin Theory. If one of them has the belt, like like the world heavyweight belt, I think that makes a clear cut leader, and then there's going to be dissension. But if they
Mm,
start winning tag team or the mid card belt, I can see that being good for the group. So,
mm. Yeah,
but speaking of that, isn't Dominic Mysterio out also hurt?
he is injured.
And he's your
He,
IC champion.
he is your IC champion, and Becky Lynch is your new IC champion.
Did you hear
What?
crickets in that match?
I don't know because I really didn't pay attention to it.
Mm,
I was too busy scrolling through my phone because you know what? I was expecting Becky to win.
yes.
Uh, they
That's.
did. It was honestly from what I read and then what I've seen. It seemed like this was a social media experiment, and this is a phrase that was coined that I saw online that they used Maxine Dupree as a social media experiment. She had the fans behind her. They had the right vignettes. So with the right formula, you can just about make anybody a fucking star,
I
even
think.
with the mid card belt on the line. Let me finish my sentence. Even
Shut
with the
up.
mid card belt on the line, you have the right formula that shows that you can make anybody a star. So imagine using this formula and then put it on a new NXT talent with the right vignette and the right person to fight against. It'll happen. Imagine using this formula with the right caterer wrestler that only hangs out in the back and you only see him once in a while as a enhancement talent. There, social media experiment gone right.
I mean, I think it was exactly what, and maybe it was whatever you saw online, a social media experiment. But I think the whole plan from the get was to create another woman star, a social media experiment, right?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, the big story is AJ Lee and fucking Becky Lynch. You haven't seen AJ Lee in a while. I think that whole thing is to bring it right back for a WrestleMania moment. And you're in about that time frame of Royal Rumble is at the end of the month, right? The 20 something, the 27, 28, whatever.
31st.
Party for oh shit, goddamn, at the very end of the month.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, January 31st, 2 p.m. Central Time. It's 7 p.m. in Saudi time.
So you
So
got 25 days. You got damn near 3 weeks, a little more. So I think the whole buildup for this is you haven't seen AJ Lee in a while, other than what she was doing earlier. And did she was there when Maxine Dupree won that belt off of Becky Lynch, and she helped her win that belt. So I think this is was all a nice little ploy to build this mid card person in Maxine Dupree who has put it in the work. She's put the time in. She's done the work, and clearly it shows. And they clearly awarded her for her efforts and hard work by giving her a championship. A week, 2 weeks, you still have a fucking championship. We just talked about Matt Cardona winning as Zack Ryder as the IC belt in WrestleMania for one day. Still, it's still a big accomplishment. Now you have Becky Lynch who holds it, and now this opens up for, is it Jordan Grace? Is it a new NXT star? Is it the returning AJ Lee? Is it?
it wouldn't be Jordan Grace because Jordan Grace is on SmackDown.
Oh, my bad, my bad. So is it AJ Lee? Is it maybe another woman in the back? Maybe there's another debut of a NXT woman call up on Raw. Who knows? I
Hmm.
think,
Hmm.
like you
Hmm.
said, if that it was a social experiment, you know exactly what needs to happen and how to play it because you need someone who's strong and you need someone who's on the come up to make that
Hmm.
work. And with the right promo and the right vignette and the crowd behind them, the sky's the limit. Look at Jey
Hmm.
Uso. Come
I
on.
mean, hey.
He was probably the first. He was probably the first, to be honest with
Hmm.
you, in this new regime. He was probably the first, like, hey, let's the crowd's behind him. He has a cool fucking phrase.
And he's got swag.
Swag. He is a vet, but he's a tag team guy. So what happens when he puts him by himself? Oh, here you go. And look,
What happens when you let him break out?
yeah, so interesting. So we'll find out. We'll find out.
Hmm.
I'm thinking it's an AJ Lee Becky Lynch situation
I
personally.
don't think it's the right move to put a belt on AJ Lee. She's part time. As much as she
No one
wants,
said to put the belt on her. I think it's a match. I think it's a match.
okay. But then you take them out of being in the Royal Rumble.
Said who? I said a WrestleMania match. I didn't say Royal Rumble match.
You said Rumble.
No,
You have 3 weeks to Rumble, and you're gonna see them fight. You said Rumble.
I didn't say see them fight. I said maybe they're building to that.
That's too long of a story for fucking Mania.
Did you
Unless,
see the Cody Rhodes Roman Reigns story for a year?
yeah, but that's Cody and Roman, dude. We're talking about fucking AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. To me, it seems like they're trying to use these mid card championships as fucking not really placeholders, but like a home for the vets, if you want to put it that way. We have a vet that needs a belt, but we don't want to give her the championship. What do you got? Oh, I got the IC belt. Let's give it to Becky. Oh, you know what? I got the world champion, the world heavyweight championship. Let's give it to Bailey. Like, of course they didn't do that, but you know what I mean. Like,
Maybe
who's gonna
Bailey.
be
Maybe Bailey goes after Becky
who's
Lynch.
who's gonna be the next one to hold it? Nikki.
Maybe.
You know, it's like that's
And
cool.
and then
If,
Roxanne
if
beats
it's
her.
if it's gonna give it to you, give it to them to keep them talking. But don't you want at least one long reign? At least, and before you say, "Oh, you don't like long reigns," no, no, no. I'm not saying a Gunther reign or a fucking Roman Reigns reign. More like who's gonna hold the belt for 6 months and actually defend it right?
Nobody, unfortunately. Though not the way the story, not the way it's written. To be honest with you, I think it's a strong 4 to 8 week story. 4 to 8 weeks. That's 8 TVs and maybe one pay per view, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Every month there's essentially some kind of pay per view or premium live event. But 4 weeks you're not on this PLE, but you're on Saturday Night Main Event. Those that mid card belt was the whole point, just like the IC belt back in the day. That was the workhorse championship.
Right.
So I think you play it as who who can we get some instant gratification off of right now, and then let it simmer by taking them off of TV or letting just doing promos and having a match or 3 matches in 2 months, because that seems to be the formula for champions at the end of the day. When Jade Cargill has had the belt for 60 days, to almost 2 months, she
Mm-hmm.
has no title defenses, not one. The Wyatt Six has held the tag team titles for I think maybe 2 months also, or maybe three. And have they had any title defenses? I haven't heard of one. If they did, so I couldn't. I mean, I think that's the formula for the champions currently. Cody Rhodes, he's about to fight Drew Mack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Saturday Night Main Event or is it on SmackDown or
What, Drew Mack? No, that's oh, they didn't. That's probably going to be Royal Rumble if I'm not mistaken, or if they're going
is
to
this?
do
It's
the
the 3 stages of hell.
yeah the 3 stages of hell, but they haven't said when it's going to be. That it could be for Royal Rumble.
I thought it was immediate SmackDown. To be honest with you,
Oh,
they've been putting. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but they've been putting these like big match feels
well,
on
yeah, because
SmackDown and Raw.
they're trying to get more eyes on the show. Plus, you have 3 hour SmackDown, so you can fill it with stuff.
Yeah. Did you hear about and this is probably I saw in the rumor dirt sheets that they might let go of Triple H because of
That's
ratings. I'm sure it's full of like
that one. That
bullshit.
one's a that one. I don't think is true.
Okay, if whether it's true or not, I'm probably leaning more towards the latter of it not being true.
I think that's clickbait.
How do you think Triple H has been doing since he's officially taken regime? I would say since WrestleMania or 2 WrestleManias ago. How do you think he's been doing? Like personally, like do you feel like these?
Personally, I think it sucks at times, but if it didn't suck, we wouldn't have anything to have a show about. So he gives us both the good and the bad. There are sometimes we get good stuff. We get good wrestlers that come out. Hey, Randy Orton's back. Cool. Now he wants in for the title. Great. He gives another one to run after it. Oh look, here Zack Ryder's back, and now he's Matt Cardona. Cool. You're giving us stuff to talk about. You gave us Gunther beating John Cena. Cool. But you're giving us stuff to talk about. So if someone does a good job, we're always going to praise that person. Things are always going to be great. But in the reality of it all, it's wrestling. There has to be some shitty things that go on in order for make the great things that happen better, or better things happen great. However you want to, which way you want to put the wording. But Yeah, sometimes you need a shitty boss for the better days, for them to impact better. No
Do
pun
you
intended.
do
TNA.
you do you think he'll ever be in? I know he was current like once upon a time in the Authority, but do you ever think Triple H will ever come back? Not come back as like a wrestler, but do you ever think he'll ever pull a Vince McMahon angle and be like the heel, where someone's the anti-hero against him?
I think if they ever get real like stale on stories, yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because I remember when he was in the Authority, he never fought, but he was
He was a mouthpiece.
the
Yeah.
mouthpiece, the heel that, hey, you're not gonna fight me. You're gonna have to go through Seth Rollins. You're gonna have to go through Kane. You're gonna have to go through Big Show, and maybe you might lay a hand on me, right? Maybe you
Hmm.
might give me a punch in the face, but that's about as far as it'll go. I'm just curious
Hmm.
if they'll bring that back. Maybe when the
I
story
mean
goes stale.
that would be nice. It would shake things up. But do we really need it shaken up right now? Kinda, yeah. But what show would you end up putting that on? Would you put that on SmackDown or would you put it on Raw? If you're gonna use something that's gonna
Netflix.
take more of a that angle and time consuming angle, I would put it on SmackDown, honestly. Because at least you have more time for your vignette or your promos or whatever you're trying to do or build up to. Because if you put it on Netflix, I mean, yeah, there's no time limit, but there's a time limit.
Yeah, yeah. Do
So
you feel like because you brought up Randy Orton and him talking to Cody saying, "Hey, just a heads up, after you fight or after you beat Drew McIntyre, I'm next." Do you think that he stooged off the fucking finish and that Cody Rhodes is going to retain and then he's going to fight after him, or do you think that Drew McIntyre is going to take off the belt off of Cody?
I don't know what's gonna happen. If Drew is gonna be the guy to take it off of Cody, do it. If Randy's gonna be the guy to take it off of Cody, set it up. But I don't think it's time for Cody to lose it to Drew. I think Drew's gonna chase a little longer, and maybe it might have something to do with Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. Because Elimination Chamber this year is in February. Usually, it's about that time. Sometimes it's in March, but they are having Elimination Chamber. So remember, that's your second way of getting in the championship picture during WrestleMania.
But Drew McIntyre's been going after his championship for too long. This story was stale, and they made it kind of interesting again with that
So
three-layered
who else do
cell.
you have to go after Cody?
Outside of Randy Orton making an appearance, I don't know. Maybe LA Knight.
Hmm. Who else?
Maybe returning fucking Matt Cardona. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know.
Where does Roman Reigns fit in everything?
Shit, that's another good one. He hasn't fucking done shit either. He
He
hasn't done.
hasn't. But the last we saw him, he looked like he wanted to take on Cody one more time.
Is that your WrestleMania?
Who knows? Could be. Could be him coming in for Chamber and winning Chamber to take on Cody.
Because WrestleMania is in April, right?
Yes, April 19th and 20th
So we got essentially
or 18, 19.
almost 4 months still
Mhm.
before that WrestleMania. 4 months. That
Three.
is well. We're still in the beginning of this month. That's the only reason I say four because it's April 20 something or April 18th or 19th.
Mhm.
So that's still about 4 months away, give or take. But not three, yeah, whatever. But I don't know. Like no, that's 4 months. But four
18 and
months.
19. So yeah, it's 3 months and 2 weeks.
It's 3 months. Yeah, 3 months, 2 weeks. That's not a long time to fucking build up a big story. It is, if they rush it, which they have been lately. But
Or you just fucking put two known stars together and let them go at it, hence Roman and Cody one more time.
the rubber match, who wins?
That's the tough part. Because I know Cody loves being the guy on top, but I know he wants to take a break. He just had another baby like not that long ago.
He's a
So
baby.
yeah, he's got two kids now.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Exactly, because he's not putting a whole bunch of stuff out there on it, but they did have it out there, and I think they had a Christmas picture that they had online, and yeah, he's got a second baby already with Brandy. So he's got two girls. He's a girl dad. So with that, I mean, I'm pretty sure he would like to take a little bit of time off, and not to say he's not spending time with his family right now, but do you really want to live all your life on the road?
You want to be on top. John Cena didn't have kids for a reason, right?
True, true, but Cody already has kids, so you can't put them back. So what do you do? I mean, eventually you do have to lose the belt, but then come back and chase it again, right? So that way, I mean, look at AJ Styles. AJ Styles did it for the longest time, and he's regretting not being there with his boys earlier because what he's at 4 boys now. So yeah,
Yeah,
he wants to be there for his youngest, so that's why he's retiring this year. And
man.
apparently Gunther's gonna be the one to take him out, right?
Yeah, that's already leaning towards that already. They're building that
Hmm.
storyline
Yep.
with their interaction and AJ Styles smacking the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Tapped out like a bitch. Boom! He bitch slapped him.
Out like a bitch. Elimination Chamber 2026, Saturday, February 28th,
Damn, poor thing.
Chicago, Illinois, United Center.
The last day of fucking February.
The last day
Crazy.
of February. It's a Saturday. And then you also have WrestleMania 42, April 18th and 19th, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Is there anything going on in March in that month?
Does not show anything at the moment. We do have a Saturday night main event coming up, January 24th in Quebec, Montreal, Canada.
Quebec?
Uh huh. So at number 43.
Dang.
After that, the only other two that at least are unofficial sponsor at the SmackDownHotel.com. Oh my God. SummerSlam is already in Minneapolis, Minnesota, August 1st and 2nd, US Bank Stadium. And Money in the Bank 26 is way later this year in September.
Oh shit.
September 6th, New Orleans, Louisiana, the Smoothie King Center.
Oh, so for taking away WrestleMania from them, they're gonna give them a fucking Money in the Bank.
That's what they did. They gave him Money in the Bank,
Well, damn.
which is cool, but Money in the Bank's always been earlier, like June,
It's in the
you
summer,
know?
right? It's usually in the summer, right?
It's usually in the summer, yeah. It's
So
usually after it's like it's Mania, then Backlash, then Money in the Bank, then SummerSlam. So,
it's gonna be the first fucking PLE in the fall. Interesting.
yeah,
Well, we say much watched TV is the fall, so maybe that's what they're saving it for, right? An
which is a
unexpected
kind of a good
fucking
idea
briefcase
because
holder.
that'll help whatever person gets the case to go after whoever champion and try to bring in some ratings.
Yeah, that's the let's fucking maybe mix it up, right? Let's fucking
Hmm.
shake everything up because we didn't have a fucking draft. We
Still
never had
nothing
it.
on the
We never
draft.
had it. 2025. We never had a
The
draft.
first year because we had it in 24, right?
Yeah. So I think instead of there being a draft, they just kind of move people around, right? Like randomly, and then had a lot of debuts. And I think the majority of the roster, like some of the key players, got hurt. So it's kind of like, well, instead of having a fucking shake up and all these people are getting hurt, let's just do some call ups and some new hires and go from there and release some people, right? That's crazy.
Yep. The last WWE draft took place in April of 2024.
Shit.
That is crazy.
We went a whole year and we had talked about it. Like, when are they gonna
Yep.
shake it up? When are they gonna shake it up?
The
Oh
two
well,
night event began with the April 26th episode of Friday Night SmackDown, and then the April 29th episode of Monday Night Raw.
do you think? And this is a random question, but do you think they never did the draft because of Cena's retirement tour?
I don't think that had anything to do with it, because when Cena had came back before the retirement tour, he was on both brands. He
Because
was never chosen. He was like a wild card. Could go on any brand. So I don't think Cena had anything to do with the draft. Because they could have easily, if they had this in mind, let's say 8 months ago, they could have easily made sure that who they wanted to take Cena out was on that show prior to that happening.
yeah,
And look at the way they did the tournament for it. They had somebody from SmackDown fighting somebody from fucking Raw, so it didn't really matter who. They could have finagled it or fixed it or predetermined it where if Gunther was on SmackDown, he'd be the winner. Gunther was on Raw, he'd still be the winner.
Yeah,
So I don't think the draft wouldn't have changed that. I think it's just they just didn't have any way to write the draft in this year, this past year.
there was too much shit going on back to back to back to back to back. It seems like the schedule you gave, it seems a little more spread out.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we don't know everything going in between.
Yeah, yeah, it's spread out right now because that's just all they have on like
The
up
first
right
week, the
now that
first
they
week of
have out
January.
there.
Yeah, yeah,
But
the
if you
first
think
week.
about it, you know, uh January, because we didn't have anything for December. Uh, they're giving us that Saturday night main event, and then they're giving us Royal Rumble the week after. But that's
Are
also because it's in fucking Saudi Arabia.
are there any PLEs outside the United States outside of WrestleMania next year or this year or next year? I guess next year.
Right now for the 26 year, all I have is Canada with the Saturday night main event and Royal Rumble with Saudi Arabia. Other than that, there is nothing else in the cards of what's up here right now because we only have February, April, August, September. So we don't have a pay per view yet for May or PLE for May. So that could be something that could be out of state. Because remember, they do have to go overseas to well, they're doing that actually right now. They're doing SmackDown and Raw are on no SmackDown's on regular time. Raw is going to be early because they're in Germany.
Also
They're
doing
filming.
they're doing
They're
the
recording.
A European tour.
So there should be another European tour. I don't know if it's going to be in the early summer because we don't have May or June up yet for PLEs, and we don't have anything after September. August and September are Minneapolis, Louisiana, SummerSlam, Money in the Bank. So anything out of country could be either early summer or late fall.
Crown. You still don't have Crown Jewel up there or Classic. Maybe I don't know if they did Classic Champions this year, but
What was and WrestlePalooza? We don't have WrestlePalooza on here yet,
that was a summer pay per. I thought that was a September pay per view, right? So and it's been replaced by Money in the Bank.
unless they do WrestlePalooza in October.
Yeah, that might be it. I was supposed to
Because
October.
remember they took out Hell in the Cell.
They did take that out, huh?
hmm
And Survivor Series is always November.
Yep. And if they play it again in December with no PLE, well then there you go. We just need we're missing May, June, and October.
You
Looking a
think
little bit different this time around.
there's Crown Jewel somewhere in there, obviously.
hmm
Clash of Champions maybe somewhere in there,
hmm
but it seems like they're replacing those pay per views with PLEs or Saturday Night Main Events. Saturday Night Main
hmm
Events. So
So yeah, it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting to see. Like we said in the beginning, I said it loud and proud. We don't know where the fuck we're going.
it, it's too all over the board, and this is just WWE. We haven't even got to AEW, and we'll get to it next week or this
hmm
later this week on Thursday live. But
hmm
there's a lot of things like I don't even know what's going on over there. Like there's things happening, but it's too early to tell.
They're on slowly moving on their road to AEW Revolution. AEW Revolution is in March, the March pay per view. So they're gonna have some one offs, I believe. Also, what? Let me see if I can find anything real quick. They usually have what was it, like their own TV shows, also TV pay per views. Oh yeah, this coming week. I'm sorry, next week is Maximum Carnage. In Phoenix, Arizona. They're doing both Dynamite and Collision. And then this year we get AEW Grand Slam Australia, which is on Valentine's Day, uh, February 14th. It's a Saturday. So the Grand Slam is what one of another TV pay per views, and then that leads on to AEW Revolution, which is March 15th in Los Angeles, California.
Nice, nice. Well, like Fern said, we don't know, and I'm kind of excited.
Yep.
It's kind of exciting to not know what's going to happen. And you got WWE, AEW. Like I said last week, you got TNA on AMC in 10 days debut. You got New Japan, NWA Power on fucking Roku TV. New Japan, I know New Japan has New Japan World Television, and that does come out on, God, I don't know where that fuck comes out. It comes out on a lot of shit, but and then AAA, they're doing a lot of YouTube AAA pay-per-views with WWE crossovers. So it's a lot of fucking wrestling going on, a lot, and we don't know. But you know what you could do? What I do know is you can continue to watch us every Tuesday and Thursday. You want to watch back? Go hit us on the fucking on any platform you watch or listen to your podcast needs at Beyond the Ropes Pod, and of course at the socials at the same Beyond the Ropes Pod. But I guess we'll say you gotta stay tuned for more
I got
stories. Oh, what?
one more to close the show, and I love it because I just happened to pull up ringsidenews.com. Oh my God, AEW ratings news. AEW Dynamite viewership for December 31st see massive decrease after Willow Nightingale wins TBS title. I'm not telling you I told you so, but I'm just telling you we report the news here at BTR Beyond the Ropes. Please stay tuned for more stories, more news, and more violence.
Because we're the podcast that hits back, brother.
Pew!
Woo!